Hello, lovelies. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is YouTube Best channel where we'll be bringing latest updates on what is going on in Nigeria. On today's news, we have House of Representatives members donate March, April salaries for the fight against coronavirus. So guys, before going to full details on this news, I would love for you to click on the red subscribe button down below, and also don't forget to click on the notification bell so whenever I will upload new videos you'll be updated. Moving on into the news. The 360 members of the House of Representatives have resolved to donate their 2 month salary to the fight against the coronavirus pandemic in Nigeria. The Speaker, Rep. Femi Gbajambiala, has announced the 2 month salary donation, the Speaker said, will be independent of the contributions by individual lawmakers to alleviate the hardship that their constituents face at this time of national emergency. He said that starting from March salary, the lawmakers' donation will be transferred directly to the National Relief Fund account for the fight against COVID-19, the Speaker also said. In a video message to Nigerians as part of the response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Gbajambiala said, "We have in the House of Representatives jointly committed to contribute 100% of our salaries for the next 2 months to the fight against COVID-19 in Nigeria. Our contribution will support provisions for the welfare of frontline medical professionals and healthcare workers, and other interventions to provide for the well-being of all Nigerians through these trying times. Accordingly, I have directed the clerk to the National Assembly to see to it that all members' salaries are transferred to the National Relief Fund for this month and the next. This is independent of ongoing individual efforts by members to alleviate the suffering brought on by this virus and to improve the living conditions of citizens in their various constituencies." Guys, that is it on this news. I would love to add some few comments to it. So guys, if you look at this, the House of Representatives are saying that a percentage of their salaries will be donated for the fight against COVID-19 in Nigeria. We applaud this their cause. Yes, we are encouraging them to do better. But the thing about Nigeria is not the fact that we don't have money. It's not that we don't have resources. It's not that we don't have all these things that we need to make this country a better place. We just have bad leaders, corrupt leaders who are greedy, who only see themselves becoming great. They don't see us as a country that should do things for their legacy. So this money that they are talking about, is it going to be audio money? Are we going to see this? Because we have been hearing donations against the fight of coronavirus every day. They come up to TV and they spread lies, they tell lies, even to the extent that Nigerians no longer even believe the facts anymore, because there's no truth between facts and lie. We are tired of hearing headlines. These people should do something. We should see it. There should be an improvement. There should be a change. They speak of change, since how many years now? Change. Is the change now that we are looking for that have put us in this problem, that have put us in this situation, this fight that we are facing? We are not only battling COVID-19, we've been battling terrorism, we've been battling poverty. If you look at it very well, these people are doing these things because they know that this COVID-19 doesn't affect just the masses. Because if it was just the masses, these people would have just ignored this issue. If it was not, look at Lassa fever now. Lassa fever that was affecting mostly the masses, they ignored it. They didn't do anything. I did not see them contributing any money. Even if they remove half of their salary from now till December, it will not affect them, because the money that they've stolen from this country is enough to support them and their family members in the next 10 years. Yes, that is just the truth. So guys, that is my opinion on this news. I would love to hear what you think down in the comment section below. Moving on to the next news, we have President Muhammad Buhari reward terrorists but punished law-abiding Nigerians with 75 naira for COVID-19. Reno Omokri. The former presidential aide, Mr. Reno Omokri, has come out to condemn in strong terms the implications of Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari address to the nation on COVID-19 virus pandemic. It could be recalled that during the president's speech, Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari stated that he has given 15 billion naira as part of his government's contribution to help fight COVID-19 virus pandemic in Nigeria. But this amount seems to be grossly insufficient to gather far more than 200 million Nigerians. The said 15 billion naira so donated by Mr. President was given to two institutions. The Lagos state government received 10 billion naira, while 5 billion naira went to National Center for Disease Control (NCDC). On his Twitter handle, Rino Omokri slams Mr. President Muhammad Buhari for spending our huge sum from Nigerian money to rehabilitate repentant Boko Haram members, but choose to release only 15 billion naira from our taxpayers' money to support Nigerians in this time of global crisis. In his analysis, Rino Omokri believes that for the President Muhammad Buhari to have given the law-abiding Nigerians the sum of 15 billion naira, he might be expecting over 200 million Nigerians to defy the money equally at the rate of 75 naira per person. Rino Omokri frowns over the fact that the President Muhammadu Buhari administration has spent hundreds of thousands on each of the so-called repentant Boko Haram members during their rehabilitation processes, but chooses to give nothing to the productive and hardworking Nigerians who have decided to refrain from terrorism and engage themselves on meaningful economic activities to cater for their families. Mr. Rino Omokri believes that such actions from the President Muhammad Buhari is a way of rewarding terrorists and then punishing law-abiding citizens in the country. So guys, this is basically it on this news. I would love to add some few comments without wasting your time. I actually ask myself, what have Nigerians done to deserve this kind of negligent president? This is the same man who rewarded terrorists, said that he wants to rehabilitate them, put them in rehabilitation centers, and claim that they are crime free. They no longer want to become terrorists anymore, and then release them back into the public. The same president that persecutes soldiers, that wants to stand up for their rights and asks the government where are the equipment they are supposed to use to fight the terrorists. The same government, the same president that have refused to acknowledge that the Fulani headsmen are causing harm to his people. So him saying he's donating so amount, 15 billion naira to Nigerians, he's just returning our money, the one he has stolen to us. And as we say it, we are not seeing any evidence of anything that is being done. They keep on calling names. You see videos of people that actually have this virus complaining bitterly that they are not being treated properly. And yet the cases keep on rising every day. We are not seeing that ventilators are being brought into Nigeria. We are not seeing them making ventilators in Nigeria. We are not seeing them sharing things to people. They keep on saying they want to share relief to people. That one did not reach him. He started mobilizing funds for repentant Boko Haram. I've not heard though that Osama bin Laden repented or any terrorist has ever repented. Is it possible for you to carry up arms and say you want to start killing people, raping people, becoming nuisance to yourself and the community? What is your agenda? So they want to tell me in a matter of weeks they will change these people's mentality, not knowing that they are recruiting more power for the Boko Haram. That is why you see them growing stronger. They have more ammunition. That is why you see Nigerian soldiers dying, wasting. If your child is in the soldier, you are just waiting for them to die because they are sending them to the war front without ammunition. Can you imagine that the people that they are supposed to be fighting against even have more ammunition than the Nigerian army? So if you look at all this properly, you will know that this presidency is the worst that has ever been recorded, as far as I'm concerned, in the history of Nigeria. Since you know you want to treat terrorists as citizens, while the real citizens that are working hard, struggling, and these people are killing them, you decide to ignore it. So if you take down a list of the things this presidency should have done to make things right, you'll be tired because the list is endless. If we survive this coronavirus pandemic, we need serious reevaluation. We need to look at the presidency again. We need to do the right thing. because Nigeria cannot survive as one anymore. The state of hunger, the state of the economy is nothing to write home about. Just imagine the level where we are now, the level we were before this pandemic. Imagine the level after the pandemic, and how are Nigerians going to cope? The whole world is suffering this crisis, but it's as if we have been suffering this crisis from a very long time. The Boko Haram is using this opportunity to do more harm than good. So if the presidency thinks that they are doing right by donating 15 billion naira, he's just deceiving himself. The evil he has done has surpassed the 15 billion naira. I'm sure he's expecting more money so that he will steal from it, because all these people, they are very wicked. They cannot allow 1 naira to leave their pockets. So guys, that is what I think about this news. I would love to hear what you think down in the comment section below, and also don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our videos. Thank you for supporting this channel. Remember to wash your hands, practice social distancing. God bless you. Bye. See you next time on the next video.